everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Got another requested track versus track. We're going to put two amazing classic Metallica albums against each other. Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning. Two great Metallica albums that kind of mirror each other in many ways. They have very similar builds to them. I think the biggest difference between the two is the tone. Ride the Lightning has a very cold sounding tone to it. Master of Puppets a little bit warmer, but two great albums. Of the two, I probably like Master of Puppets a little bit more. I would say that's my favorite Metallica album, but Ride the Lightning has been my favorite Metallica album at different points over time, and it's right on Master of Puppets' heels. So this should be a good track by track, I would think. So starting off with track one, we've got Fight Fire vs. Fire versus Battery. I'm going to give this one to Battery, though I love the way that both songs start their respective albums off kind of peacefully. Battery has a really almost pretty acoustic intro before it crashes into the thrash metal masterpiece that it is, and Fight Fire with Fire starts with a really classy sounding piece of music, which if you didn't know any better, it might be very misleading. But as far as the song itself goes, I prefer Battery. I think the riff really kills. The melody James sings with is a little more interesting than in Fight Fire with Fire. Plus, the solo is pretty awesome, so I gotta go with Battery on that one. Next up, we have the respective title tracks, Ride the Lightning versus Master of Puppets. Again, I'm going to go Master of Puppets on this one. Ride the Lightning is a great song, but Master of Puppets is a masterpiece of a song, in my opinion. Everything about it is pretty much perfect. Ride the Lightning, I think, set a great template for Master of Puppets, but Master of Puppets is kind of the magnum opus of Metallica, so Master of Puppets is going to have to get the point there. Next up, we have For Whom the Bell Tolls versus not Fight Fire, Fire. The Thing That Should Not Be. Again, I love both songs, and again, we follow the same sort of pattern here with both songs being a little bit slower and heavier than the first two. I'm gonna go with The Thing That Should Not Be. The Thing That Should Not Be is just so freaking menacing and so heavy. In Kirk Hammett's solo, he gets a lot of flack for the wall, which he definitely has walled us to death over the last couple of albums. But the way that his solo comes in with The Thing That Should Not Be, that is just so freaking. I did not do it justice there, but that is just so freaking awesome. And For Whom the Bell Tolls is amazing as well. But The Thing That Should Not Be is going to get the point there for me. Next up, we have Fade to Black versus Welcome Home Sanitarium, the two ballads on the album, rounding out the A-sides. I really love both of them, too. But this time I think I'm going to give the edge to Fade to Black. And it's really nothing more than just slight personal preference, I guess. Fade to Black has more of an interesting riff to me. I think the guitar playing is a little bit more intriguing to me, while Welcome Home Sanitarium is great, but I really enjoy listening to the guitar work in Fade to Black a little bit more than Sanitarium, and I think that's the tiebreaker for me. So Fade to Black is going to put Ride the Lightning on the board. So at the end of one side, Master of Puppets is up 3-1, but we've got another side to go, and we'll see if Ride the Lightning can come back and win or tie this thing. So kicking off the B-side, we have Trapped Under Ice versus Disposable Heroes. Both of these songs return to the thrashy style of the first track on the first side, Battery and Fight Fire with Fire. Oh man, I gotta go Trapped Under Ice on this one, because it is my favorite song on Ride the Lightning. Disposable Heroes is great. Especially the really aggressive parts in that song, I think, are fantastic. But Trapped Under Ice, like I said, it's my favorite song, Ride the Lightning. Gotta give it to that. Next up, we have Escape versus Leopard Messiah. Escape gets a lot of flack, even from the band. I know the band itself does not like Escape. I don't mind Escape, and I do actually like it a little bit better than Leper Messiah, I gotta be honest. I'm not crazy about Leper Messiah. Between these two albums, Leper Messiah is probably my least favorite track. So I am going to go with Escape on this one. So Ride the Lightning ties this thing up now as we're sitting 3 apiece. Coming in for the closing laps here, we have Orion versus Creeping Death. Orion, the instrumental, Creeping Death. Really cool lick from Creeping Death. I really love that guitar riff. But Orion is just such a cool instrumental as well. In that middle section of Orion where it kind of slows down and gets clean, I really like that part. Creeping Death, like I said, that riff carries a lot of weight because I love the riff. I'm gonna go Creeping Death, slightly, but I'm gonna go Creeping Death. And that brings us to the album closers, Call of Cthulhu versus Damage Incorporated. I'm not the craziest about Call of Cthulhu. It's a good track. It's a good instrumental. I definitely prefer Orion and To Live Is to Die versus Damage Incorporated, which is a really in-your-face, thrashy closer from Master of Puppets. I'm going to go Damage Incorporated on this one. I just prefer the track. Call of Cthulhu is probably my least favorite song on Ride the Lightning. Not that I dislike it by any means, but I just don't, as an instrumental, it just doesn't do as much for me as Orion does, or as To Live Is to Die off of Justice. So we're going to go Damage Incorporated on that one, and that means that this thing winds up in a tie, 4-4, which I figured it would be because these two albums mirror each other in many ways and are both fantastic records. So in the comments below, let me know how you would battle these two out. If you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and I will catch you next time.